Hey guys, Mike Gatti here. I'm with Steve Zalunardo, and we have a special guest today, Andrew Reid from Open Heart Living. Which is your coaching program.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
Where are you based out of, Andrew?
I work all of the GTA, but I live up north with my wife. When the pandemic started, like you, just felt like something was wrong and that we had to kind of get out of the energy of the city because it just felt so uncomfortable. So during the pandemic, we were taking our kids up north to Bob Cajun, to Fenelon Falls. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar
I know
with
exactly.
those,
Right?
Rent a
Beautiful.
cottage there for
Yeah,
ourselves.
yeah.
Fenelon
So-
Falls is really beautiful.
we ended up driving out there just by accident. We didn't even know where we were going, right? And then we get out of the car right by the lake in Fenelon Falls, and we're like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to live up here one day? And
Yeah.
so
Sure.
it just the way the chips fell, like if I tell you the synchronicities that happened, it's crazy because we ended up pulling our kids out of school for a year there because we just couldn't believe what was happening. And we wanted to unschool them, and my wife was big into it. And I ended up finding a friend online that I hadn't spoken to in years. And he set us up with a woman who was, actually, she was a teacher, and she pulled her four boys out of school.
Oh, wow.
4 boys, all homeschooled. So we ended up meeting up with her at her place in Bob Cajun. She moved to Florida during the pandemic.
Which part of Florida do you know?
I'm not sure which part, but she needed a house sitter. And we just met her a month prior, and she said, Andrew, I want you and your wife to stay here. So
That was a good place to be during the pandemic.
it was really good.
It's like
So
a lifeline at that
Oh my
point.
It
gosh.
was-
Imagine
it was-
fresh air, freedom.
30 acres log cabin.
Oh.
It was just, we couldn't have
That's
asked for
my
anything.
dream. Yeah.
And once we stayed there, we knew we couldn't. We lived in Pickering, but we knew we had to leave. So we ended up
Where'd you
buying a
live
place.
prior?
We were in Pickering.
Pickering, okay.
Yeah, we were in Pickering. So we just ended up moving up there with the kids, and they were at the right age because they probably would have fought us if they were a little older because we're
Yeah,
moving into the middle of the bush. Now we have a 50-acre property.
Oh, wow.
Right? We raise our own chickens.
Oh,
we have our, right? So we are like...
We might be related.
You know what? We
everything I
might
want.
be. I'm very close. If I tell you, like, this is why I feel so at home with you guys. I've grown up around Italians all my life, my entire life, man. So it's very comfortable. I'm my very best friend when I was young Italian girl, and yeah, it's very comfortable.
Where'd you grow? Which area did you grow up in?
I grew up in Huntingwood, Kennedy and Huntingwood,
Is that
East End.
East End.
East End.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarborough.
Scarborough.
Before it.
Turned to Scarborough?
Yeah. I still get uptight about it when people Scarborough. No. There's nice parts, but we were in the nice part when before
I mean,
it turned
Scarborough
red.
Bluffs are great.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
So
it's
is the
gorgeous.
Port Union area.
Yeah,
That's where I grew up. Where I spent most of my time once we moved from Kennedy and Huntingwood area. But the last few years have been just a massive transition for me. From being like day-to-day real estate to opening this coaching business. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about like what you do with the
So
coaching.
what I do is I take people who have dysregulated nervous systems. There's a lot of people who are suffering right now. I don't know if you guys feel it. A lot of people losing jobs. A lot of people who, have no sense of direction. Their identities basically being ripped from them. Have you ever heard of a dark night of the soul?
Dark
Night of the Soul.
No.
Okay. It's a technical term by Carl Jung. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Jung is a psychologist, one of my favorites that I read about him a lot, and his philosophies and his teachings. It's basically where you have an ego death. The person who you think you are dies. Okay. And then in between that old person dying and the new person coming is the void. We call that the void. And a lot of people are stuck there right now. You take away someone's 20, 30-year, 10-year career. Because when you ask someone, what do you do? It's their job. They never say that I'm a dad or I'm a thing. I'm a plumber. I'm an electrician. I'm a
right.
real estate agent, right? Take that away from them, they become very dysregulated. So what I do is I take them from that moment and help them transition from being in that void to becoming the new person, because it's an invitation, really. When you are sitting, when that old version of you dies and the new version is trying to be born, it's an invitation to be better than you've ever been before. You've been through it.
I have.
It's just a different term. It's just a different term.
No, 1,000%. I always talk about Mike as well. When you start to understand that you're nobody and you're nothing, that's your ego. You just murdered your ego, because your ego. Again, I had a conflict in here with not a real. It was a realtor, but it was like something so minor, and I could just see it's like, you're a realtor. You're not saving lives. You're not doing anything important. Stop it. Like take that all out. You're nobody. You're nothing. I think a lot of that to do as well is like we're on a spiritual journey as well. Like I've always talked about my life. And, through coaching, there's always the 5 equities of life. I always mention this. It sounds a little boring if it's redundant, but it is what it is. Financial, spiritual, mental, which is psychological, family, and then finances, right? Or spiritual. I don't know if I said finances twice. But ultimately, we've always focused on, one layer at a time in life. And I think, people see me making decisions now and it seems easy. It's not. It's because I've been working since I got into my adult life. I've been nonstop. I was talking to my wife about this. Since I got out of high school, it was just trying to better anything I did. I was just I would, read and night school and whatever I was doing. So let's say from since I bought my first investment property at 21 years old to 44, I've been, 23 years of always improving. If it's small little layers of stuff, and that's where we've always been. So, in the last, let's say, 20 odd years, it's been on finances first, because you always think that's what the victory is.
Yes.
And you always got family in there. You want to make sure that's good, clearly. Then you started working on your psychological, your mental, and then you started working on your physical. This is the order that I've done everything. So, and then I woke up about 8 or 9 months ago, and again, about Christianity and stuff like that. It was like, what is this all for? And it's just like, I got a 911 Porsche, which was a huge accomplishment. I still love the car. It's not like I take it for granted. It's like, it's my dream car. I love that car. Do I need a faster one? It's there. I have a pretty large home. I need a bigger house at a different location. I go, this is all nonsense. It's all a distraction of what's really important. And I literally went towards God at this point. I know we started going heavy with, we're Catholic, born Catholic, like cradle Catholics, but ultimately I'm going to Christian churches. Like I have so you were originally a Baptist. We're going to a Baptist church on Wednesdays for Bible study with a group of men. We're like 300 men, which is kind of cool.
That's really good.
Right?
Yeah, that's
where
really
you can kind of lean in each other, see men leaning in each other, because we don't have a support group.
We need that so much.
Correct.
Yes.
We always think that and that's where a lot of addictions form, when you don't have a support group, because men, we want to just stomach everything because we got to be men. But when you have a nice support group like that in the Bible study that we're at, you can express and you can be vulnerable, which again, there's the ego, because now I'm coming from even myself. Sorry to talk about, go into this.
Please.
But ultimately, coming from someone like myself, who've been in a professional in this industry for so long, we feel like we know everything. And now getting into something where I'm literally reading the first chapters, I kind of told the Bible group, it's like, I just literally put my boat, the hull of my boat got wet. It's at the dock. I haven't paddled anywhere yet. I'm just literally here at the shore. I am not, because I naturally want to lead and do a bunch of stuff, but I'm just sitting there and I'm very vulnerable. And it's good for ego as well, knowing that you ain't shit.
Yes.
So again, getting into this process and going to church on Sunday and learning how to be a Christian, what was important about Jesus, and applying that to your life. It's the 4 things that I worked so hard to curate. It was missing the spiritual aspect.
Yes.
And now the spiritual aspect to fill in the last 4 categories. So this was the piece of the puzzle to make everything else better.
Yes.
Now again, I'm trying to be a better father, husband, clearly, with work, better with the team and people around me, trying to be more compassionate with people that try to do harm to us. In our industry. We know some of the people, and we're compassionate about them, trying to give that, that Christian outlook on stuff. And then just trying to be a better person in all, but it's the spiritual aspect that was missing this whole time, and now we're adapting. I just feel like I'm so behind. I'm at 44 years old, but I'm trying to fast track as much as possible. But again, it's been life changing in the sense that we're not alone. And I'll just one last thought on this. Another thing as well as a man is we are the even though if your spouse does work, but also you're always the breadwinner at some, you know what I mean? Especially in my family as well. And men, we're always meant to support and like we're the breadwinner. We got to support the family. We're the heavy shoulders on everything.
Yes.
And I remember we sat in church on one Sunday, and the pastor was talking about the Sabbath and how you should honor the Sabbath and you should have faith in God. Why? Because God will provide. So when you have faith in God, God will provide. So you can honor the Sabbath and not worry about going to work and making money, because He will provide for you as long as you believe. To be honest, it was almost, again, I've been to so many seminars and motivational things. If you can feel like the weight coming off your shoulders, like you're right, we're not alone. And when we think that we're ourselves and it's always me and I did this and this, it's all ego. And once you can wipe that clean, that slate, you got a new lens to work through, like your new lens to work through with your eyes, and you see everything a lot clearer. So yeah, that's basically where I am now. And again, we're trying to, and again, if there's anything I can give my kids as a father besides like trinkets, is if I can give them a spiritual aspect, a foundation, so when they get into the real world, they have a background, they have a fight, they have a shield and a sword are ready to fight whatever's coming at them. And that's so important as a father, because all we want to do is give them the right tools in order to succeed in life. And I think that's where it is right now, for me right now as a father, husband.
We're the same. Like, we're exactly the same. All I think about all day is my wife and my kids, to be quite honest with you. My parents, obviously, my friends, those are the things that matter. Everything else to me is a distraction. So when I tell people, like, I just met a guy the other day who lost his job after working for Tribute for 15 years worth of mechanics. And
what was he doing?
He was he had a pretty high up position. I can't remember exactly what he was doing.
We know Tribute.
Yeah, he lost his job and he was staying, and I could just tell something was wrong. Didn't know him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I asked, "You okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, I just lost my job. I just lost my job after 15 years. And we ended up talking there for a little while. I could see the emotions in his eyes. And he goes, I have a 3-year-old little girl at home, and I don't know what to do. He's obviously, like we've talked about, the provider. As the man, you get scared. Of course. So we ended up talking for a little while. And I just told him, like before he left, that everything's happening for a reason. And think about, you can take any negative situation and look at the other side of it. Your little 3-year-old girl would not have as much time with you if you were working all those hours right now. Okay. He said, that's true. And I go, do you believe, do you have any faith that you're not alone, that this is happening for a reason, and that whatever happens, you're going to come out on the other side better? And he goes, I do. And when he walked through the door and he turned back around and he goes, can I give you a hug? And that's such a strange thing for a man to do. It's like he needed to hear those words. He needed to hear those words because he's frightened. And that's what I do. Basically, if you want to know what it is that I do, I support people in my coaching program. And
you coach only men or women?
I coach both. I coach both. I'm very comfortable with both. But I feel like a lot of men look at me as a role model because I'm very open about how I'm affectionate with my wife and my kids. I talk about them all the time. It's not something that you see a lot of men doing, but they are my world. They're the people that I think about the most. And as long as they're happy, I'm good, right? Everything else will fall into place. If my heart is in the right place, life becomes easy. I'm telling you, everything becomes easy. If my heart is in the right place, my wife is good, my kids are good, my health is good, I will walk out my door and things will just start coming to me. Whenever I'm not in a good place, things just start staying away from me. Things become very hard, very, very difficult. So I know that when I'm aligned with my heart, and I'm very appreciative of everything, even the smallest detail, I'll focus on it. Because right now you can be very distracted with what's happening in the world. A lot of people are distracted with social media and their nervous system's fried. Their amygdala is being hijacked. And I just tell them, look, you have no control over what's happening out there, but you can control what's happening in here and in here. So if you just take a moment to control this and that, your life will be much better. I don't know. Do you know who Viktor Frankl is?
No.
Viktor Frankl was a Nazi prisoner. Great book. I highly recommend it for you. Man's Search for Meaning.
Yeah.
He talked about one of man's last freedoms is the ability to choose. No matter what, he was in that prison, and his body was in a prison. He was being tortured.
Was this the guy that was in the courtroom prison. After he came to the courtroom and he forgave the guy? Yeah. Okay.
This is, and he talked about, they had control of my body, but I was never going to give them control of my mind and my heart. That's a very dangerous man. That I'm telling you right now, that is when you get to that place, there's nothing that can hurt you. And that's what I'm trying to teach people right now, because you need that. We have no control of what's happening. It's so crazy right now. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It's wild. Again, everything is amplified through social media, but the world is wild. Let's face it. Yeah.
It is wild. And we have the perfect tool to keep throwing things at people, right?
Keep people in fear.
To keep constantly, like,
you know what you're talking about, where your heart's aligned in your mind? I did a test with this.
Okay.
And I tested myself with this. And if obviously if you're always in a negative thought process, stuff like that.
Yes.
And I tested myself purposely. I want to see how dark I can go and see how many bad things happen. It's true. I did this not too long ago. Like, yeah. So, and I knew it. I knew there's a cutoff where you have to stop and you got to change your mindset, and it's just, I watched it. And I watch how your mind can take over and just rewrite whatever you wrote in the past. And if you don't stop it, and this is where people go into a lot of depression and shit, and you got to start changing that mentality, it'll drive you right to the ground. And I did this purposely on myself, just to kind of see test of like how, you have people that that just, they're always in a dark place, and why? Because they're thinking. I did this and not even just for a day. This was like months.
You're speaking my language.
This probably like six months.
You're speaking my language.
This is like 6 months of torture. And I don't know why I did it. I felt like I wanted to do it.
Okay.
But I switched it around clearly. But it was hard to see where your life was projected. You saw this like descend into the abyss. And then you had to like obviously change mindset and restructure. But again, like, this is not a camera illusion. He's really jacked. His bicep is my thigh. I'm serious. This guy is jacked. If you touch his shirt, it's muscle. This guy's like a tight end. Anyway, so but that for me, the exercise part every morning, I usually put it in. We're doing these exercises like Mondays in, Tuesdays in, Wednesdays in. I don't give a shit. It's in. That's all it is. I don't want no special like promotional video. Like, we've done 150 abs. It's like a whole thing like for social media clickbait. No. Mondays in, Tuesdays in, Wednesdays in, Thursdays in, Fridays in, and Saturday's going to go for a run. Stop being a bitch and just do it.
Discipline.
So, but again, that's for me mentally. Like, even we landed this morning, I got it to the gym. Even the gym is like, it looks like a prison gym.
Doesn't matter.
It's terrible. It's like,
doesn't matter.
But it's like the machines are there, and you gotta. But you just go for it, right?
Yeah, that's the mindset.
And even when you're sick, I remember COVID.
Yes.
When I had COVID, I was sitting at the table. I think it was like 48 hours later. I'm like, I feel okay. I went to the treadmill. And your lungs are still pretty not in great shape. I'm like, I got to keep it going, keep that routine going, because you don't want to stop it. But I think that mental, when you get that physical aspect to it, and again, talk about cold plunging as well, all this little bit of this torture helps you out mentally, keeps your mind mentally stable during the day to kind of make wise decisions and go through the day without any issues and be in a positive mindset.
Once you conquer your mind, you are like
Can we talk about your cold plunge?
100%.
Really
man.
So he's got a really calming voice. He should be on that like calm app, that meditation app. So let me tell you the story. So I'm watching. It's like he lives up north. He said 50 acres. I didn't realize you're up there, but it's even colder than here. So he's got a tub on his patio, and it's probably Feb. It was probably one of the cold. It was cold as hell.
Yeah.
And it was like, looked like just torturous, like snow blowing. He gets out and he's all calm and he's like cracking the ice. And I'm like, he's not getting in. There's no way. And he went in there so calm and relaxed, and he was talking and just giving some great information. It was like positive information. I'm like, I don't know how he's doing it. That isn't. Again, that's like power over your mind, and that's you get to 0 degrees or whatever it was, 32. Yes. That is a real cold plunge. Like I'm at 44, 45.
Yes.
It's not nowhere near.
No, but it is. You're stressing the mind, right? And which is what you want to do. I'll tell you the funny story. The first time I had no intention of cold plunging. No intention. My wife invited me to this event that her and her girlfriends, and she said the husbands were going to be there too. So I'm like, okay, let's go. I go up there, this place, and I open the door. There's 12 women with yoga mats, my wife, and me. And I'm like, where are the other guys?
You were the only guy?
I'm like, where are the other guys? Where are the other guys? I just look at her with cut eye. I go, I don't even know why I believe you anymore. I just go. So I'm the only guy in the room with 13 women, including my wife. We do breath work for about an hour. I thought I knew where we were gonna do the cold plunge. No, we go outside. We head to this river that looks like an enchanted.
Is this up north where you are now?
This is up north, like this enchanted river. It looks like something that you'd see in the Frozen cartoon. Okay.
Wow.
Like icicles, ice. Like they're walking in there. All these women are walking in there, and there's some of them are screaming at the top of their lungs like they are in labor. I've never done this before. Remind you, okay?
Were these crazy white women?
Yes. Yes. You nailed it. I'll tell you when all my friends saw me, they're like, "What are you doing? That's so
you changed, Andrew.
You've changed. You're hanging out with these people too much, right?" So, like, all of them went in, and just happened that I was the last person out, and I'm like, "Oh my God, they're all in there." How's it going to look, especially with masculinity under attack, if I'm the one guy that turns around and heads back to the fireplace, right? So I'm like, okay, I have to go in. I went in, and I'm like, I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry. But within about 40 seconds.
Yeah, once you get past
it, the woman, she was fantastic. Her name's Kim Corrigan. She was just a fantastic teacher. And that's what the breath work was about. Once you catch your breath, it's over. Yeah. It is, you realize I'm not going to die. I'm just sitting here and I'm just going to relax. And you breathe through it. I could actually stay in there for 5 minutes, but the actual health benefits are done after 2 or 3 minutes. So there's no need to stay in there. So once I sat down and conquered my mind that day, now it's easy. Because once you do it, you know you can do it over and over again. There's nothing so you get over that hump. No different than stressing the body, working out, or doing anything like that, right?
It is a shock.
It is a shock.
But you know what I noticed as well? It's like doing drugs without the bad benefits.
100%.
Because you got this massive, like I film myself, not because of the film, but just for the times, so I can see the times, because I do 3 minutes as well.
Yes.
Again, it's been a while. I haven't gone in a couple months. Just my immune system drops down. I just be careful because I get like lung infection and shit.
Yes.
But ultimately, and I watch the replay of it, and as soon as I get in there, it's just almost like this thing, like this feel in my brain. It's like a release of endorphins. I think it's what it's releasing.
100%.
It is a wild feeling.
It's so good. You haven't done it yet, have you?
No, I have.
Oh, you have? Okay,
the first time I did it, I literally like put my 2 feet
Did you
in.
do it
I
at my
went
house?
up.
No.
I did it at there's a place.
Collingwood?
No, not. I actually at the Scandinavian Spa in Tremblant was the first time I actually did it. Because it's literally in a river.
Yeah.
But the first time I did it like in an actual like cold plunge spot, I literally popped right out. and then the second time I was like, okay, I didn't realize it was like a shock. And then the second time I went in, like they were telling you, like once you get past the breath work, like the 30, 40 seconds, then you just control yourself. And then you're off to the races.
You're off. You are off to the races, man.
And then even like after that, you do. So what I like to do I live in Florida clearly, so it's warmer, but I'll let my body warm itself up after, so I won't like.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Get in I used to go in the hot shower, kind of get warm up quick. I used to go to the gym, but I like doing them at night now. So now I'll just sit out and watch TV and literally just let my body come back to normal and warm itself up. But
it's like once you realize you get over those humps, then you start challenging yourself in other ways, like. What else can I do? You know what I mean? Yes. What else can I do? It's wild. I don't know if you guys know who Dr. Joe Dispenza is.
Yeah. What's his last name?
Dr. Joe Dispenza.
He was part of what was that? that famous thing there, The Secret. Wasn't he part of?
He wasn't part of The
Wasn't
Secret.
he in the actual video?
Yeah, he was in What the Bleep. It's similar concept, like, attraction, like all that kind of stuff with the mind. But he's a meditation expert. We've been to 3 of his week-long events now. If there's someone that you want to study him. Like, he's all about getting the heart and the brain into coherence. Because when you do, you become a super magnet. Heart and brain coherence. You got children, Mike?
3, yeah.
3? Okay.
3 girls.
So 3. Wow. You're blessed, man.
You're gonna be always some big arms like that.
Andrew.
You're blessed, man. 3 girls, man. That's nice.
Can you imagine? You can pick up his daughter, Andrew's daughter. You see this guy's like, I'll have her home by 9.
It's funny.
Maybe 7.
My daughter.
Did you want to come?
My daughter has a boyfriend, and he's like, "Oh my God, your dad, he's so intimidating." It's like, I got the upper hand on them, right? But when you were in that delivery room and you saw your daughter or your daughters or your son, your daughter for the first time, that moment when you, I don't know, I was a mess. Like, I was an absolute mess. I was just a mess. But in that moment, there was nothing. And someone could have given you $1 billion, could have given you whatever you would have, because you felt so complete. You felt so whole. And that feeling is what heart and brain coherence is. It puts you into that mode where you just feel so whole that you actually don't want anything. And by not wanting anything, you actually get everything. Do you see what I mean? Right? This is the trick, right? Because the more you want something, the more you grind and stuff, it can create resistance. But when you let go and just trust the process, that this is how things end up coming to you.
It's strange that you said that. I have, I'm walking a dog. My mind's always, I'm an ADD kid, so I'm always like,
yes.
My mind is always like rolling thoughts. So it's just constant thoughts. So walking the dog, and I'm thinking like, the Powerball in the U.S., like $100 million, $200 million, $1 billion. I'm like, always like win 150 million, this with cars and this whole thing. I'm like, I go, you know what? And I had this thought maybe a couple weeks ago. I was walking. I'm like, you know what? If having more money makes me an asshole, I don't want the money. It's just, again, it's just like a concept where it's like greed. I want the money. I want the boat. I want the, the thing, the houses. And I'm like, you know what? I go, if having more money than what I have now, again, with Christianity and stuff, and it makes me an asshole and I'm not going to help the people around me, I don't want it. I'm happy the way I am right now. That is the first time in my entire life I didn't want more than what I had. It was the first time in my entire life. Again, I'm 44, so there's a lot of different realizations in life, your maturity mentally, but I go, if something like that were to come along or it became super wealthy and something like that, I only want it if I can help the people around me. And again, this is a true thought. I'm not trying to trick the system and get the money. It's just like, I'm going to say this so that I can get the money. You know what I mean? You like trick the system and God's going to give you the money and you're tricking. No. If it's going to make me an asshole, bad person, have, addictions, or let's say have additional relationships away from my wife, like cheat on my wife and stuff like that, because there's more, like
options. You just have more options.
More options, stuff like that, and put you into compromised positions that I don't want it. But if it's going to put me in a position where I can help the people around me better the situation and create a ripple effect with currently what we're doing now with the U.S. and everybody around us, like it's a ripple effect. We're changing people's lives and everything. So I want to stay to the course I'm now. So again, that was one of the most maturest thoughts I had, and I think in my life, to be honest, because you always have that juvenile thought, I'm going to win the lottery. Or
want more, want this or
the
that.
Business will make 10, 20 million a year. It's just this constant, like, and you've seen yourself at a restaurant, you use this visualization or whatever on a boat. It's just like, no, I don't think that shit's pointless, right? I don't know, man. I think life's, it's just changing. It's changing for the better. It's maturity.
100%. 100%. And you're just in a mode of appreciation. You understand where you've come from and where you are right now and where you're going. And when you feel like that, you're in a really good place. So there's no need for greed. I'll tell you something though, what you said, like if money's going to make you, it's not. Like money is an amplifier. So if you're an asshole, it makes you a bigger asshole.
Correct.
If you're a good person, you're just going to be a better person, and you are a good person.
But I know, I think I am. I think I try to do everything right. But I'm saying if it were to change me change me from who I am today, then I don't want it.
Yes.
But you're right. I would definitely help everybody around me. It's just natural.
Bad people don't have conversations about how, if I had money, I'm going to help this person. I'm going to do this. They don't. It's always like more. So it's in you. You're a good person. Like, you just have a good soul. And so if you did come across billions of dollars, you would do wonderful things with it to help people. So it's an interesting thought, but I just know that you're a good man.
Yeah, thank
right?
you. Appreciate it. I'd probably run for politics and get assassinated in 2 months. Try to change a system.
That would be nice. We need a little help. The grain. We need a little help there, man. Yeah, a lot of people are frightened. A lot of people are frightened right now. Speaking of like something that you can do to help people is, I've stopped asking people, how's your day going? You want to do like a pattern interrupt. So I was talking about Dr. Joe Dispenza a second ago. He wrote Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. That's the title of the book. Because most of us don't realize that we're living a program. We go to bed at the same time. We get up out of bed the same way. We have coffee the same way. We hold our cup the same way. We drive to work the same way. It's like, just repeat. If you want to break the pattern for someone because living in the present moment is the trick. Very few of us live in the present moment. We're constantly thinking about what happened yesterday or what's going to happen a week from now. But if you can actually be here, like the way we are right now, having a conversation, this is part of the thing that will bring all the good things to you. So to bring people into the now moment, instead of asking them, like, how's your day going? Ask them, what have you been thinking about all day? That will answer your question anyways. Because if their thoughts have been in a crappy place, you don't need to. You already know they've had a bad day. Yeah. If their thoughts
I gotta ask
were
my
bad,
kids that.
Just ask them, what have you been thinking about all day? And if their thoughts were in a good, they've had a great day. If their thoughts were in the dumps, it wasn't a good day, right?
Yeah.
And it breaks the pattern because everyone it drives me crazy. How's your day? Oh, it's good. How's everything go? Oh, it's good.
Small talk.
I can't stand that stuff anymore. Once you start,
have you ever gone to a real estate conference?
I try to avoid them, to be quite honest.
Shoot me now.
I try to avoid them as much as I can. I just
I stopped taking awards. I handed it in a couple of years ago. I'm done.
It's the same thing, right? How's everything? How's business? Oh, business is good. It's like, come on, man. So now if I do ask the question in that way, like my friend, I don't want to take this to a dark place, but a friend of mine his wife had a seizure a few weeks ago. She had 3. And she's at Toronto Western Hospital. She just had brain surgery. So I was asking him, like, how are you doing? And he was about to give me, like, I'm okay. No, I don't know. Like, how are you doing? And then we ended up talking for about 45 minutes. And he said to me, you have no idea how much this conversation means to me. You have no idea. Because we went a little bit past the surface. And that's what you want to do with people. If you want to connect with people and win people, just go there, right?
You're so right. And this is what, if you talk to some people, you can already tell they have really they don't care.
Yes.
Rather not even talk about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's even family, friends, same thing. The last stuff is just like, they don't even care. It's just like, don't even ask. I don't really need to, they don't need the breath work. You know what I mean? Like this.
It's 100%. You guys have a successful business because you guys treat your clients right. Like I'm quite certain that you guys do. And when I first got into real estate, I don't know if you guys know who Bill Nasby is. When Exit Realty was really big back in the day, that's who I was with. And Bill Nasby was one of the head coaches there. And he said, if you want to like build a solid clientele, you have to be able to tell what sign is around their neck. And I'm like, what sign? What sign? And the sign is like, make me feel important. Make me feel important. And if you can do that to people, make them feel special, make them feel like you will have a loyal client. My business, my real estate business for 19 years, being at 22, the repeat referral business has kind of slowed down for me, just the changes over COVID. But 19 years, 20 years was all repeat referral for me, man, because you just really care about people. The money will come. Like that will take care of itself. But if you take care of people, like genuinely care about people, I just believe good things will happen. Right. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think if you just like, we focus on our business, we always have, is just do the job, do it right. And if you can do the job and they're not you put him in harm's way, you don't do the deal. You just you don't
100%.
run out, take the commission check, and you get him into another deal 6 months to a year from now. And we've done it so many times where, and some clients, they listen to it and they go a different direction. They get hurt. I know we have a few clients last year, and I'm waiting to see what happens. I didn't want to be part of the transaction because of the the financial stability. It's one of those things where it's like you got to listen to Daddy right now, and Daddy's saying just sit tight.
Yeah, 100%.
And, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we always do. We that's the way you do it. That's the way I want to be treated.
100%.
I got into real estate based
100%.
on that.
Yes.
And again, it's my characteristic as well. But I got into real estate because one of my first property I bought at 21 years old was through a realtor. Then ultimately I was misled into the community and this whole thing. It became a little bit of a disaster. I got out whole because that's what I do. I'm like a cockroach.
Yeah.
I turn every corner and I always survive. It's what it is. And I hide when it's dangerous. It's just literally, you can't kill me. So I was able to infiltrate the whole thing and get on the board of directors. Anyways, the whole thing, I ended up got out well. But at the same time, I remember when I got into real estate, my wife actually pushed me into it. She's like, you should do it. She goes, you're good at it. You're passionate about it. You love the deal, like the whole thing. And you always read about it. Just go do it. You could do a good job. We know you could do it. And that's how I got into real estate. My wife literally was taking a shower. She's like, push that curtain open. She's like, you should do this. I'm like, done. I didn't think about it. You know me. I'm like, okay, I drove to Aria because back then you couldn't order shit and get it delivered.
Hold on, I'll be back.
I'll be back. She's, where'd you go? I'm like, so we're studying real estate. We're going to get going here. So
Yes.
again, but this is not, I think even with real estate, it can't be the end.
No,
you know
it's
what I'm
not.
saying?
It's not.
And that's what I always look about. I've been trying to get away from selling real estate on a day-to-day basis and get into development like me and Mike are doing now in Florida.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more out there. I think right now, obviously, with the way we're doing real estate, it's at a different level because we're doing seminars and webinars. It's actually very interesting. I like it. The presentation format.
It's different, right? It's a pattern interrupt, right? You're doing it different, right?
Everything is different. We have footprints on both sides of the border. We're dealing. So again, for someone that's got a busy mind, new tasks need to be. If I have monotonies when things get dangerous, I have to continuously stack new problems.
Yes.
It's what you do. Can you imagine being old and not having like tasks to it'd be pretty bad.
Well, how many people do you know who retired and they didn't have anything to do and died within 2-3 years of retirement,
you
right?
Be careful.
You have to, especially as men, like we are. We have to have something to do. We have to have little projects going.
Do it. I need real problem solving. I think I would go back into building cars and stuff because that's a huge problem solving.
For sure. That's fun, man.
That's why I keep buying cars. It's like now my Mustang's it's sent it away. I want a whole bunch of stuff done to it. It's like a continuous operation mentally, right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Oh, it's good, man. It's good. It's really good.
So how are you doing with the coaching?
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a new challenge for me, right? Real estate's been part of my life for the last 22 years, but I always felt like for the last 10 years, I've been telling my wife. So it was before COVID. I said, there's more than this, man.
Yeah.
There's more. And I've always been the guy that people would come to talk to about problems like marital problems, friend problems, work problems. People like talking to me. So I've heard it more than once. Someone would come up to me and say, Andrew, I don't know what it is about you, but I just like being around you and you just make everything better. So if that's what I was born with, if I'm a natural sedative for someone, then I am going to go out there and help regulate people's nervous systems and let them know that what they're going through right now is temporary, because we tend to, when we have a problem, we tend to focus in on it so much that we forget about all the stuff that's come before, right? All the challenges that we've overcome. All of a sudden, this problem is the thing and it's going to take me out. No, I'm there. I feel you. But it's a moment. And you will find your way through this. It's just another challenge. It's building muscles in the gym. If we are not, what are our favorite superhero movies? Are not the ones where the superhero wins easily. Those suck. Those movies suck. It's the ones where
all the new ones suck.
Where he's down and out, and you're like, there's no way he's coming back.
The original Iron Man.
Yeah, then he comes back, and we fall in love with those movies because we have to be pressed. We have to be challenged, right? That's why we're here. Like if we weren't challenged, we wouldn't have come here. We wouldn't be here, right? Why? We're here to overcome. And I really believe that's why our Creator has put us here, is to overcome challenges and to lead like shepherds, and that's it. Some of us, are a little ahead, but it's not ego. It's never about that. If you can help somebody, you help them because somebody's helped you at some point in time. So there's the humility part of it as well, right?
I think so. Isn't it beautiful? Right? If you can give everybody an equal opportunity, doesn't matter their past or anything of that nature, and you just believe in humanity. I think that's a beautiful thing.
And that's me. Yeah. And right now, I don't know if you guys feel it the way I'm very sensitive. Like I feel energy. Like I can look at someone and tell if they're not feeling well, if they're not good. And there's a lot of people out there right now that are not.
When you're walking around, you can sense it?
I sense it like 100%. Yeah. Like I'll look at people. We're at the Great Wolf Lodge a few months ago. My kids.
Where's this, up in Niagara?
In Niagara, yeah. So it's...
How old are your kids, Danny?
So my son is 10 and my daughter's 13.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Cool. So same age as my kids, yeah.
Yeah. They look, I was looking at a few of the videos, look like they're the same age. But it was so busy. And the woman working the restaurant, I could just tell, like, she was so, like, and when I got up to her, I looked at her and I said, "Are you okay?" And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm like, no. Like, are you okay? And she goes, "No, I'm not okay. Like, the customers are being so rude to me." And so then I looked at her and I'm like, I just wanted to let you know I've been watching you for the last, not in a creepy way. I've just been kind of, I'm just being, I'm not watching you like a predator or anything. I've just been watching you. And I think you've handled this situation really well. This place is really, they're fortunate to have you here. And you could just see in that moment, you could just see how it just changed in that moment, right? And that's what we can do for each other. That's why, I'll send text messages to people who just random. You never know where people are at in that day. And you can actually literally change their mood like that, right? So that's kind of what my purpose is right now, is just to elevate people to the next level, to give them that space to grow so that they can step into their greatness.
I love it.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Are you doing retreats, anything like that?
That's the next plan. Like we plan on building it. Like I shouldn't even be talking about, but we're gonna put some mobile homes on there and have people up there.
Yeah.
Because it's
just do those containers.
It's 100%. Yeah.
With a container. You see those container homes?
100%.
They're way better than the mobile.
They are so advanced now. They're so advanced. Like these prefab homes now are like, you can just drop them on some tubes and like you're good. You're good to go, right? So we're gonna do that, especially like it's men, and I'm not just focused on men, but right now men are struggling a lot. Like, they're just struggling a lot. I've never seen so many men in my life cry over the last 2 years, like my entire life. I'm 50, and the last 2 years, I've seen men break down in front of me more than I have my entire life, right? Because they're just going through a lot. They're carrying a lot. And I'd like to have a retreat up at my place. I talked to my wife about it, just to get the men together so they can speak and just know that they're not alone. Because we always think that we're the only ones that are going through it, right? Yeah. But once you're in a group and you realize it's not just you, it's me, we're all together. We can all help each other. We're going through it, and you just go into a better place.
It's good because then again you can be vulnerable and open up and talk, and there's communication, and if everyone's there for the right reason, it'll be obviously a good time for everybody, right?
For sure.
Out of that, and that's where you start to see people come refresh. I think mandatory. It doesn't matter what year it is, but I think we should all do like a retreat, probably once a quarter. I
think so. I think you're bang on, right? It is. It is. That's where like Dr. Joe Dispenza. I highly recommend you guys. Do you guys meditate? You guys probably don't meditate.
I used to a lot every morning, but I stopped.
It's one of the best practices you can get into. And I'm going to tell you why. I was talking to a friend. He said, I can't do it. I was the same way. I tried doing it like 12 years ago was the first time I tried. And, they say turn off the lights and light a candle and just look at the candle. And I was sitting there looking at the candle. I'm like, what's supposed to happen? This is bullshit. I put the flame out with my hand, man. I was so upset and I threw the candle and I walked off, right? I was so angry.
I love it.
But if you sit there long enough, and this is what I've learned, if you sit there long enough, that mind that constantly chatters, it'll get quiet. It will. But you have to sit there long enough. And when it stops talking to you.
How long did it take you? I think it'll take me like 3 days.
If it does, if it does, I can't emphasize it enough.
15, 20 minutes.
Sit there. It's probably going to take you longer. If you have a very busy mind, it's going to take you longer. It could take you a couple of hours. It will be that space of when it stops talking to you. And then when it starts up again, it could be a minute, it could be 30 seconds. But in that minute, you will sense peace like you've never sensed before.
Jumping into the cold.
Yes. I don't know if you guys it's like taking a nap for like 1 minute, but feeling like you slept for the entire day. I can do that. Like I'm capable of like taking a nap for my wife doesn't understand how I do these things. I can take a nap for 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, and I feel like I slept the entire night, right? But meditation is one of the best practices that I'm trying to get people to. Like, we can work on our bodies, we can work on like that stuff, we can power through it. But when you learn to control your mind and say, look, I'm the boss, you can sit here and talk, but we're not going anywhere until you stop talking.
Yeah.
That's a whole different level. It's like getting in the cold plunge and controlling your breath and saying, I'm not leaving. I'm going to sit here because I know that I'm not going to die. When you can sit there and tell your mind what's going to happen here, you're at
I used to meditate every morning with that Calmness app. It was called Calmness. And it was good because it was guided meditation. Again, I got to fix up my morning schedule too, because I feel like I need more sleep these days, to be honest.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm burning out, but it's like now, even if I get to bed by like 10, it's like I start crashing up by like 9:30. I head up to bed and just watch TV for about an hour to kind of read a little bit of the Bible, then crash out. But it's like in the morning, I used to wake up at 5:30. And then it was like 15 minutes meditation, then a quick prayer, and then ultimately get to the gym. I got to get back into, I'm missing a little bit of that 15, 20 minutes I need to get back in my morning schedule for sure.
It's, however you want to implement it. I feel that it's something that can help a lot of people.
Sure.
Is just learning how to control your mind, because our minds can just run, man. It will just overload with stuff like that happened yesterday and what's going to happen next week and what about this deal and what about this person, and you're never here.
Yeah,
if you live like you're never here. No. Like I feel like I'm here with you guys right now. I'm talking to you guys like we're here. Whereas like years ago, I'd be here, but my mind was like on other things, and it just makes a difference, right? And meditation is one of those things that can help regulate your nervous system and help you control your mind, right?
Yeah. I think it's a great idea. I think I like even having this conversation. I'm going to probably do that, not tomorrow because I wake up at 4 a.m. But yeah, when I'm back.
You have a crazy schedule, my friend. Like you're here for what, 36 hours? I think I saw your video. I'm like
fly in, dine, dash. My brother's like, come over for dinner. I'm like, you might as well come to the hotel, buddy. I gotta be up
it's good, man. I admire what you're doing so much.
It's tiring though. I'm tired now. Even with flying, I'm a little bit paranoid, to be honest. Paranoid a little bit
with what's happening in the world.
Yeah,
and stuff. I don't blame you.
I think I'm gonna take a break for a bit. Just kind of
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. A lot of people are starting to
stay out of the cold.
Stay out of the cold for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you back now, man? It snowed today just for you.
But I'm glad I did, because that was huge to me. I think what we did today with RBC and having that bullpen of that, it looks like, again, I felt like an ESPN. I guess the teleprompters, the multiple cameras, the crazy amount of lights, a whole media team behind cutting. It was hilarious because again. I'm not scripted, right? But I have a script, and I'll like rehearse it daily, and then when the day comes, I kind of just read points, like I'll just sort of like highlight words as I'm reading through it, and just go off in this whole script. So that Mike was in the back of the media room, and I kept seeing the teleprompter like. It'd go up and down because they couldn't find the spot. No, it was the girls in the back.
There's three ladies in the back. They're like, okay, is he here? Is he there? Oh, he touched on this, and they're like, they couldn't figure out where he was in the script. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, it's Steve, guys.
I swear to God. And I was watching the camera, but I can see like the teleprompter just, and they were like, you see like the scrolling and. I'm like, yeah, but that's a busy mind as well, right?
Yes.
But it's pretty amazing.
How long you be down in Florida now? 3 years, 4 years?
It's going on 4 October.
4
4
years.
years. Yeah. Wow. Can you imagine 4 years?
That's nuts.
Crazy.
And you went down there with no foundation, right? You didn't have a business set up down there.
No.
You went down there and you're eating their lunch. Like the competitors. Like, come on, man.
I never met them, so I don't know.
This is what I mean. Like, I can tell you, like, you're down there. I don't think the average agent is doing what you're doing down there right now. You know what I mean? Like, I think you can feel very confident that you are.
Okay. I never feel like we do enough, but I mean, it's always adding new services. I always tell Mike, it's basically what my whole life is jumping out of a plane.
Yes.
Or jumping from a high altitude and building a plane before you crash.
Yes,
that's the whole point. So I'm putting on wings, the fuselage, and trying to start the engine before we crash. And literally middle of last year, we were like, it was close. The plane was built, but the engines weren't starting. and then by June, whoosh, these jetpacks came on. I was like, okay,
there we go. Right?
We were like, boom.
And now we're like,
take off.
The faith, right? Yeah. The faith in it. It is one of my favorite things that you said on one of your videos is I don't remember if someone was asking you what question they were asking you, but you said you burned the boats. Yeah. Like there's no coming back. Like, and I was telling my wife, I go, you got to look at this guy, Steve. I go, he just went down there, just built a business, and he's determined. And he said he burnt the boats. There's no.
He landed on the shore.
Yeah, that's it, man. And that's it, man.
There was no plan B at all. Yes. Like I sold everything. It wasn't like, okay, we're going to keep a footprint. It was just like the only footprint I kept was the office.
Yes.
And Mike runs it now, runs it well. But it was like, that was it. Everything, all primary residence, investment properties, bank accounts, moving money. It was just all hands on deck to build that up. And again, you know what the reality is, even when we went down, like the mindset, it's like, if you're a martial art artist and you're a black belt in whatever discipline you choose, you can practice that discipline anywhere in the world. So if you're in masters in sales like we are, I mean, we've been selling forever. If we can't do it by now, then let's hang up the belt. Yes. So I mean, we can go up there, and as I was communicating, again, I was always trained by Americans regardless. So it wasn't new to culture, is not new to me. Plus, I know a lot about their history, everything. I settled in there a lot faster than I settled in Canada after 40 years. Crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. In year one, I felt as one. And now year 4, it's so hard for me to come back, to be honest. But it's like, so when I would talk to, like, if it was the lady that I hired to the broker, because I needed a broker to open up the company.
Yes.
So imagine we had to hire, we don't know anybody. I didn't even go, again, we built everything in advance, and we went down like 4 or 5 months later to see what we did.
Yes.
Hired employees, rented space, it was bought houses, the whole thing. I never even saw what the West Coast looked like.
Okay.
So then in April, I was like, okay, I called my wife, I go, it's good, you're going to love it. It's like, we made the right decision. It's like, but I was noticing when I would talk to the sales staff, like if they're selling new properties, or I was talking to attorneys, or I was talking to anybody I was speaking to that was going to be part of my new world of being a professional.
Yes.
I would light them up.
Yes.
And I was talking to them, and I was like, boom, 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 boom. And I can see them, like, just as I'm talking, they're like lighting up. And I'm like, I told my wife, I go, we light these motherfuckers up. We'll do a good job here, right?
They're not used to it, man.
Them. It's just in general. I can light them up, so we're speaking the same language. I can be as effective I was in Canada into the U.S. because it's good. And, we're dealing... In Canada, we deal with, let's say, just everyone from Ontario. Rarely do we deal with someone from Quebec or whatever, New Brunswick or Calgary. It's always like Ontario. Yeah. The accent's all the same and everything, unless they're from a foreign country. But now in the U.S., it's like I'm dealing from Chicago, which is the Midwest, is different accents, and Ohio, which is the Midwest, is a different accent, and Minnesota's a different accent.
Yes.
And you kind of Michigan. And then everyone has different little, way of saying things. It's all different. They're different countries, realistically, in the States. And then you get into New York and the Northeast, into Boston. So now I'm dealing with so many different, let's say, it's one culture, but a lot of different ways of doing it. And, we're lighting them up as we would. So it's kind of, I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's just, again, for a busy mind, it's like new tasks, new things to do. And I love it. And to be honest, the amount of people that we've dealt with, Americans, amazing people, sweethearts, some of the best people. You heard Dawn on the phone, like those are like you want to give them a hug after you talk to them. They're like such amazing people. They'll do anything for you, like help you out. You know,
That's Southern hospitality, man.
Yeah, well, they're from the Northeast. They're
Okay.
right from New York, right from New York
Wow.
City.
Okay.
From,
Wow.
from the
That's
5 boroughs of New York City, right?
Yes.
And they're sweethearts. So we're finding all these great people. I don't know if we're just blessed to be in Southwest Florida to have, the Midwest and Northeasterners coming in, even the people from Canada, but we're all like-minded. So it's very easy to communicate and deal with. It's amazing. We're really enjoying it, and I think that'll definitely be the future, even for the kids. Yeah, I think it's good.
It's awesome, man.
Come visit, buddy.
Oh, I will. 100%.
Come down.
I got friends down there. I got family down there.
Whereabouts?
Too, right? We got Coconut. They're on the other side. They're not on
the
your
East
side.
Coast?
Yeah, they're on the east side. Got a cousin in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Another one just a little north of Boca Raton. And then Coconut Bay or Coconut Beach, something.
Coconut Grove?
Yeah, something like that. Something.
Is that in Miami? Is that Miami?
It's about an hour and a half from Miami. It's not that close. Yeah. So I got lots of family there. Spend any time in Nashville?
Not yet. Gotta go. Gotta get the music.
Have you been to Tennessee?
I haven't. No.
How is it?
You'll love it there too, man. It is.
You go down to 6th Street and everything?
Yeah, it is. Like if I ever leave Canada, the two places, it's either Tennessee or Florida. It would be one of those. Like you can just, the energy's really good in both places, right?
We love it. I was looking at land to buy close to 90 minutes to downtown Nashville. There was 20 acres for sale. Like they were selling parcels. It was, we're thinking as well to have like a lake house.
It is.
Eventually.
If you do spread your wings and open another office, I think you do very well.
Nashville?
I think you do very well there.
We got to get the East Coast open first. But I love it. I love the music too. Like, you know what I love about country singers as well? They were unapologetic with them through this whole process of how the world turned on us.
Yes.
And I was part of it and turned with it. And now I turn the other way. But they stayed true to their roots.
That's what happens when you don't go with trends and you just stay firm in your beliefs. The world will eventually come back to you.
But that's what I'm saying. But that genre of music literally didn't give a shit what was happening. They did not give a shit.
No, because they are who they are. They're not trying to be something else.
Even wealthy, like you look at these wealthy country stars, even like Riley Green stuff. This guy drives a LeBaron. He didn't give a shit. He's hunting. He went turkey hunting, I guess, with his nephew now. It's just, they don't give a shit. That's who they are. They're going to go out, tour, be professionals, create great music, make millions of dollars, but they're going back to hunt. They're going back to church. They're doing whatever they do normally, drive a pickup truck. I love that. I think that there's so much to learn, even if you're not into the genre of country music, but also just to learn from that.
It's the culture.
I love it.
So the culture is amazing. It's funny that you're talking about like how you found your way back into the church. I was telling my wife, I'm like, there's going to be a resurgence in church.
Yeah.
In church, when people get to a point where, they start asking questions like, what am I do? And they're under stress and they ask for help. They start to ask, they start to turn and there's going to be a reconnection with spirituality like there's never been before because there's no other place to turn.
We've done everything and we've got nothing. And then it's like, okay, so we've abandoned what? And you kind of look at even like you're talking about. See, I got back in just prior to Charlie Kirk getting assassinated, and that was a big resurgence for like young college kids. Yes. So we go to these churches, they're non-denominational Christian churches, but again, they read the scripture, so they follow the scripture. It's not like some con.
Yeah.
But the kids, all college kids there, because we're next to campus, and they're coming with by themselves as a group of girls or boys, and like men, like young men, football players, whatever it is. The football team will be there going to church with, just that's what they do. I love to see that. Carrying Bibles with them. Yeah. And it's like, wow, this is so good. You imagine, like, I want my son to maybe marry someone in the church that have the same values as this, because 100%. That foundation is beautiful. They're not perfect people. Yes. No one's perfect, clearly. That's why we're human. And then ultimately, like, they have that behind them. It's beautiful. And I think we went to, shortly after Charlie Kirk got assassinated, we went to one of my friends, Dario's church in Naples, the Baptist church as well. And there was 130 baptisms one day. We watched all of them. I watched
How long was that
130.
service, man? That must be like
It
all
was
day, man.
it was
That's
like a
crazy.
record, and I
Yeah.
think it was 130, and it was still they had to do 60 the next. It was something nuts.
Yes.
And it was all young, old. It was again a lot of college kids as well because they felt once this Charlie Kirk, if you liked him or you didn't, he was a good man and he was an icon.
100%.
Yeah.
I was a fan of Charlie Kirk, and the
Yeah.
reason why I liked him was because he opened conversations. Like, a
Yes.
lot of people didn't like him because he said controversial stuff. I'm like, look, man, that's his job. Like, if he didn't say those things, no one would know who he is. You know, so he said some stuff that's gonna get some attention, and yeah, you don't have to agree with everything that he said, but at his core, he wanted to speak to everybody, and he
Yeah.
gave everybody a chance to talk. And that is, to me, what the foundation of a good person is. When you allow even the person you disagree with the most, you give them a platform to ask questions, go back and forth. I just think that's the sign of a
Amazing.
very good person.
You know,
right?
like
So,
a lot of the youth as well, they're lost, and I can say the same as myself in high school. You're lost. Like you don't. What direction do you have? You're trying to find something. If your parents don't guide you, you know, my parents are immigrated from Italy. Again,
Yeah.
they did the best they could with us. We can never
Yes.
blame them for how they raised us because they
Yes.
did the best. And I'm happy where I am currently, and I'm gonna better than the next generation. 'Cause
Yes,
that's what you
that's-
do. We're better than the
exactly.
last.
Yes.
And we're gonna better the future. That's just reality. And you kind of look at it would have been nice to have some sort of foundation with the church as well, going through what we did in high school, because
Yes.
you're lost. You don't know,
Yes.
like, is it pornography? Is it, premarital sex? Is it drugs? Is it alcohol? Is it breaking the law? Like, you don't know. You're lawless. You're basically, you're hopefully a bumper car. You're bumping into shit, not really like dying or breaking through something.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, that's what I wish, like, a little bit, and again, I'm hoping my kids take on to the spiritual aspect of it, where they have their friends their age, not me.
Yeah.
I can only bring them there. If they have their group around them, like my daughter has, their teenager girls around that go to church, they can talk about that. And my son with his friends, like, it's beautiful. I think that is away from, we stick them in school all day and get, taught by teachers about whatever. And ultimately, if you can get, as long as it's obviously that your church's got good intentions, they
Yes.
can be, taught a different thing and have a great foundation. And I think it's important for us, this next generation.
Sure, for not just as children, but as we grow, some sort of spiritual foundation. They say those who pray together stay together, right? And my parents, my dad's 88, my mom's turning 90 in May. They both still have, sharp minds, and I sit there and they devout, like they never miss church, like every single Sunday they're going to church, and you just have to admire it. Like, and I don't find a lot of people who don't have that foundation usually don't stay together. My parents celebrate 60, 63, 64 years together.
Wow.
It's and it's their, I honestly believe it's their faith that has kept them,
Keeps them
together.
accountable,
Yeah,
too.
100%.
Keeps them accountable. Like,
You can't, like, it's so easy to get caught up in this world. We have access to so much here, you can get distracted. And they say that we're supposed to be more connected now than ever, but we're not. Like, more people are feeling lonely and isolated. So having a spiritual foundation is going to be the most important thing. There's a reason why mental health is like through the roof right now. It's through the roof. Like, people are constantly on these things, looking at highlight reels, saying their life sucks. It's
or seeing his life, how great it is.
yeah,
the
how great
cars
in
and
my
the
life isn't that way.
vacations.
No,
Yeah.
you have to ground yourself in something. And I find that spirituality in some way, some fashion, is probably the best vehicle for you to go. My wife and I, like, we're very spiritual people. Are we like by the book, like Bible people? Like, there's some things in there that, but we
of course.
we are our foundation. The reason why we're together is because we are very, very spiritual people. We love each other to death. We love our kids. And that's why my daughter the other day, she came home from school and she thanked us, like, out of the blue. She just came and thanked. She goes, you guys are like, because she sees her other friends and how their parents are and their broken homes and all that. She goes, you guys have done a really good job raising me. It's like, a tear came out of my eyes. Like, I'm like, I've never, like, you guys, like, love me. You guys, because she sees her other friends and how they're relationships are broken and the dad's mean or the mom's mean. And she goes, you guys raised me really well. I had to turn my head because a tear was coming out.
Well, yeah, how beautiful is that? That's
I
all
mean?
you ever wish for.
That's
Yeah.
all I ever want.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
ever want is my kids to know that I love them. And there is nothing that I will not do for them. It was, during the pandemic, let's just say that's probably where I got my most vocal, was when, things were gonna, well, I don't want to get to it.
I think we're on the same page. I think we're on the same page. Yeah,
we're on the same
you
page.
moved north, I moved south. You're like, I'm not going to be good here.
No, there's no way. I wasn't going to let it happen. So it's just, it is what it is, So that is, I'm just happy that we have that foundation, and we want people to have some sort of foundation so that they stay together, because relationships are the foundation of life. That's why we're here, like friendships, romantic relationships, marriage. Like, we're here to bond with one another too, and to overcome our challenges. So I just find these things to be very important.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think it's I love what you're doing as well. You're helping people, because just one example for, I don't know, it's almost an hour. Even with just talking to this, like how you're talking to people and helping people, it's the same thing as what a church would do as well. I remember, like, during one of the pastors, they'll talk about suicide, and and a bunch, they'll go into some, again, obviously the music and the whole thing, it brings you into a different, mindset. So I remember, like, you can hear people weeping behind you when they were talking about, the lady was about to commit suicide, and it was a whole thing, right? And then ultimately you hear her weeping around you, and that those people were close to killing themselves. Like, think about it. And they're there being saved by, like, the word. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say that. So just think about that. Like,
it's deep.
If they didn't have a foundation in church, they maybe not be here.
It's deep.
And this is where I looked at also, again, church is a business, clearly. They're selling the word of God. It's a business. And the Catholic Church is the biggest business. Let's face it. If you read the 10 Commandments, there's some controversial with anyway.
Yes.
We'll get into that. But if you look at like donations, like I donate money as well once a week, whatever it is, when we go down, and it's like, I can't look at it anymore like, oh, they, like they're using this money and blah 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 blah. But if they're planting churches and they're planting the word and they're helping these young people behind me that were crying, probably contemplating taking their lives, I think they deserve the money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you kind of reshape, and it's hard for me to reshape things like that, because I know, like, if you're being hustled or not, right?
Yeah.
So if you're getting shaken down for cash, but again, if you're able to give and that produces that, I think it's a good outcome.
Well, it's a very good outcome.
Right?
It's the outcome we need right now, right? We need more of that. We need more leaders, more places for young people to go to, and to just have a foundation to start to, plant some seeds and grow, because right now they're just blowing in the wind, lost. And, it's up to people like you, me, Mike, gentleman here. And, we have to let them know that we're here and that life is going to be better.
I love it.
So
let's finish on that. Yeah. And just, if you want to just tell us where we can find you.
Oh yeah. You can find me, Andrew Reid, Open Heart Living is the website. You can find me through my Stand store as well. All the programs, all the free stuff that I have in my Stand store, you can download it or reach out and we can talk about coaching as well.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks for coming.
Man. No,
Thanks
man.
for coming, brother. I appreciate you. You're the best.
You just
amazing. Well, thanks so much for watching. This is obviously a different topic than real estate, and I promised Andrew it wasn't going to be about real estate, so I hope you enjoyed it.
It's awesome, man. Thank you so much, guys.